Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Michelle Geiger and I'll be your professor for this course, Interpersonal Communication, COM 215. Welcome. Well, first I want to just give you a quick overview of the course and then I'll point out a few things that might be different from the course you just completed with Professor Rafferty. So our goal of this course is to become more effective communicators one-on-one. I think that's going to be really interesting to do that in this format because as we are learning to be better one-on-one communication, we are not going to really have any face-to-face communication with each other. Now, most of our communication is going to be computer-mediated communication. And so we're going to have an interesting contrast between FTF, or face-to-face communication, and CMC, or computer-mediated communication. Because, for instance, right now when I'm talking to you, I can't see you and I can't get any reaction from you. I'm getting no feedback. So I'm not really sure how clearly you're getting my message. And so I just kind of plow on forward and do the best I can. And that's what we'll do in most cases. But we should be aware of the fact that when we are engaged in computer-mediated communication, we tend to be a little bit more uninhibited actually than we're face-to-face with someone, and sometimes we end up being coming off a little bit more rude than we would face-to-face. And I think, like I said, that's because we don't get the nonverbal feedback, so we just kind of plow on forward doing the best we can. Whereas if we were face-to-face and we saw an expression on someone's face, that would probably alter our message a little bit. So I think it's going to be real interesting to keep this in mind as the course goes on, and we should probably reflect on this at the end of the course and see how it affected our communication and our learning throughout the course. Now there's a few things that might be just a little bit different that I'd like to point out. For one thing, on the discussion board, you will not see anyone else's initial post or their responses until you have made an initial post yourself. I think this is a little bit different. So I wanted to alert you to this because I'm afraid that you might get online and start posting something on the discussion board and then say, gee, no one else has posted, so I must be doing something wrong. No, you're not doing anything wrong. You just can't see anyone else's post until you make an initial post. The idea behind this, of course, is that we would like to see a unique idea from you without influence from other people's posts, just to get this discussion started. And I think this will make for a more dynamic and interesting discussion in general. So that's one thing that might be a little bit different. The other thing I wanted to alert you to is that the whole course guide is not posted for you. But I do have a lot of information from the course guide posted there for you. So you can see in the introduction section to this course, you can see all the assignments, all the requirements for the assignments, the grading schemes, all the policies. They're all there for you, all the materials needed, and I would like you to look through all that material before you get started on the course. In general, we're going to have a couple chapters that we're going to cover each week. You will have reading assignments for these chapters. You will view a lecture related to this chapter. You will take a quiz on that chapter. And then at the end of each, and you engage in a discussion activity on that chapter. And then at the end of the week, you'll have a short paper to write about the chapters covered that week. We'll also have a midterm and a final, but during those weeks when we have the midterm and a final, you won't have a paper due that week. So that's what the general way the course is going to function. I look forward to interacting with you, learning about you, and learning about all the things that you're going to be sharing in the discussions and in your papers. If there's anything that ever causes a problem or any links that ever aren't working or anything, please alert me to it immediately so that I can try to fix it for you. I think it's going to take both of us to make sure that everything goes smoothly. Thanks a lot, and I will see you online.